we are your hosts, Nick Smith.
And Kylie Jo Smith. And this is the NixMyth Podcast. Why did we say it like that?
I don't know. I felt like you were going somewhere and I just went with you.
I just wanted to put my radio voice on.
Hello and welcome to Smooth Jazz.
Honestly, if we talked like that, I think people would probably fall asleep.
So I was going back through our episodes. We have an episode where we're talking like that. And it's because we were on vacation and we were at a hotel and our kids were asleep. And so we recorded the episode.
Very light.
It sounded like we were trying to be all sultry, but really.
But we weren't.
We weren't. Anyway, all right, y'all, we're talking about dreams today.
Dreams.
How many of us have them? Dreams. Okay, that's Friends.
I feel like that was. Dreams are interesting, like this idea of dreaming. We're just going to jump right into it. So I remember as a kid, this thing of like dream big. Dream big. You can be anything you want to be. Dream big.
Our generation was told that a lot. If you're a millennial, you were too.
Shout out millennials. Okay. So dreaming big was like what we were told. But I don't know if you feel this way, but this is how I felt. It was like, I feel overwhelmed at all of the possibilities. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of direction, which is crazy because dreaming is meant, I think, the idea is meant to give you direction. It's like, hey, if you can dream it, you can do it. But it was like, man, maybe I just had a lot of dreams and I didn't know how to filter them as a kid. I don't know.
I don't know, it could have been. I don't know if that was ever my struggle about like dreaming big, being overwhelming. I remember not sure what I should be dreaming about because it was like, be the president of the United States, or a teacher.
That's a big one.
Or like,
or because they're the same.
Or as everyone, I'm going to be rich, so I can buy my mom a house. That was the dream.
Big dream.
But I didn't know. I guess I wasn't exposed. Like your dreams have to be shaped by exposure. Mm-hmm. Like you don't really know what to dream of if you haven't seen it before.
That's true.
And so for someone who hasn't been around a lot of successful people, dreaming could look like, hey, I just want to own my house one day. I just want to have a job that pays me well enough where I can make, X amount of dollars per hour when you're still thinking per hour and not salary, or you're still thinking working for someone. And like, that's the highest dream you can attain as a kid. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact for me, I didn't know a lot of very successful people. Like all I knew were workers, managers, didn't know any owners, didn't know any homeowners, didn't know any of that. And so that wasn't even something that I thought I could dream about. Yeah. Almost said dream for.
I could not dream for.
I could not dream for it.
Well, and also like you're talking about like dreams being contextual.
Yeah.
Like there's an element of every generation that comes after you, hopefully, will be dreaming dreams that are bigger than what you accomplished. And so like even you understanding of like, oh, I don't know any people that are successful in this way, like any business owners or things like that. But I would bet that there were people that you were around growing up who, compared to generations before them, were wildly successful or had come a long way and were fulfilling the dreams of your ancestors or, grandparents maybe.
Your
ancestors sounds way bigger than it needs to.
That was intense. Fulfilling the dreams of your ancestors.
No, but like, that whole thing of like, we want our kids to accomplish more than we do.
Yeah.
And so like thinking back 4 or 5 generations, it's like, I'm sure you are the fulfillment of those dreams for some people. Shout out to those people. Rip. But honestly, like it's contextual, going back to what you were saying, like dreaming is based on what you're exposed to. It's also based on the things that you, in some ways it's based on the things we struggle with. So like the adversity that we experience. I know we have relatives who, had homelessness in their story as children. And so like those dreams that they have now seen come true were based on having experienced that hardship and wanting to see something beyond that. Yeah. And so in a lot of ways, our dreaming is not only what we're exposed to, what we see and what inspires us, but it's also the things that we think are unattainable or that we view as like outside of our situation, but are also desirable. That makes sense. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Make sense? I think so. In my eye, so I was having for a second there. I was like, "Am I gonna have to stop?"
And then the eyelashes, and then attaining,
you can't see right, and
attaining
then,
those dreams.
And then your dreams are blinding you.
Well, and including adversity. Another thing that shapes dreaming is I don't want to say leisure time, but
Mm.
privilege,
Okay. Say
capacity,
that.
having space. Like
Capacity. That's a good one.
when you are struggling to survive, there's not a lot of room to dream. When
Mm.
you're just trying to get through the day, when you're just trying to get through the week,
Like surviving.
so yeah, there's not a lot of room to start dreaming. But dreaming starts to become something that you see as superfluous. It's like I don't really, I don't have time for that. I can't dream because I'm just trying to make it. But what we don't realize is that dreaming is necessary to get through those hard times.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can't dream beyond your current situation, then there's a heavy chance that you're going to be losing hope.
Yeah.
Like you're going to
Yeah.
miss out on this idea of hope, of something that's going to carry you through the season because you can't dream beyond what you're already experiencing.
Yeah, it's like a catch-22 almost. It's
Yeah.
like you're too busy surviving to dream, but the thing you actually need to thrive beyond surviving is dreaming.
Yeah. Yeah, and one of the cool things about like looking back at scripture, right? Looking back at the Old Testament.
Which I do. From time
Good,
to time.
as you should. The word to dream in the Hebrew is connected with the idea of health. Like it's not the exact same, but
Like the root.
yeah, in Hebrew there's 3 letters that is like the root, and they share the same root. The to dream or to have vision is connected to this idea of health or life. And so having a healthy life is connected to your ability to see beyond your current situation. And I think that's
good.
really cool because you can't maintain something if that's the end of it. Like if you're like, I just want to maintain this and this is good enough, like then we start to miss out on something greater than the moment, and we miss out on a full and healthy life.
Yeah, good enough is the enemy of greatness.
Good is the enemy of great.
That's right. And good enough is complacency. It's comfort.
Comfort.
It's comfort.
Yeah.
Oh, and that word that has been a word for me in this season is how comfort has dictated so many of the choices that I've made, and not just choices I've made, but even choices I've avoided.
Right?
Things where I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that because this thing is comfortable and it allows me to have some semblance, or I would say an illusion of control.
Yes.
I think I have control in this comfortable situation, but really this situation is controlling me, which then stifles my ability to even think that dreaming is worthwhile. As like what you were saying about surviving through a situation, it's like, okay, well, I don't have what it takes to dream right now because I'm trying to maintain my comfort in this situation.
Yeah.
And I know I've experienced in this season, this past couple of years, just the Lord continually allowing me to feel uncomfortable and even making me uncomfortable in situations that I thought would be comfortable. Because he wanted to push me to that point of dreaming. And now like I can say like the dreams that he has unfolded within me, like in my heart, I'm terrified by some of them because of how big they are and how uncomfortable pursuing them seems now. But so that word comfort, that's a hard one for me.
Well, and growth is on the other side of comfort, right? We've heard that. And if you're sitting there and you're wondering why you haven't been dreaming and it's connected to comfort, and you've got to die to self. Jesus told us that to pursue him, right? If you want to follow me, pick up your cross, which is dying to self, deny yourself and follow me. But if you want to follow anything that's greater than your current situation, right? Any dream that God has given you is going to require some part of dying to self, right? Dying to your current self so that you can be where God is calling you to be.
Yeah.
And comfort can be crippling. In comfort, we get lazy. In comfort, we get weighed down by the things that are pleasing our flesh in the moment. And so it's hard to travel to that next thing because, like you said, the fear of, man, maybe I'm not going to have this comfort in the next season.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. I just went through a growing season. That's how I got here. I don't want to go through another growing season because then I'll be uncomfortable, Lord.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Well, and I would say too, in that comfort, we become cynical or can become cynical or skeptical. I think maybe skeptical is like okay at times, but cynical is where we can even look at those who are dreaming those who are accomplishing. We like to call it being a hater.
The
That's what it's
haterism.
called sometimes.
Drinking the haterade.
Drinking the haterade. But what it really is, it's a condition of the heart, where we will look at those who we perceive as dreamers. We perceive that they are going after things that are uncomfortable for them, or that might be uncomfortable for us if we were in their shoes, and we can become critical.
Yeah.
And we can become very even like vocal and you've done it before, where it's like, see, there they go. You've done it. You know you have, where you're just like, you're looking at someone else's situation and you're evaluating it through your own comfort and lack of courage.
Oh, I was just going to say that word, lack of courage. And don't listen, people who criticize others, a lot of times it's self-criticism because you don't believe you can do it.
That's
and so you're looking at someone else and being like, they can never. Why would they think they could do that? Why do they think they could change the world? Why do they think? Well, it's not that you actually doubt their ability. You doubt your ability. And because you doubt your ability, the mirror reflex says that if I can't do it, you can't do it. And so we have to be careful when we're engaging with people, right? When you're engaging with people and you're sharing your dreams, don't share them too early, because you might be sharing those dreams with someone who has that mirror reflex of haterism, who might be looking at you being like, yeah, see, that ain't gonna work because of this, because of that, because didn't work for me, didn't work for my daddy, didn't work for my mama, so it's not gonna work for you. And some of those people we love dearly, some of those people are in your circle. You just got to guard your dream. Like, follow where the Lord's leading you, because he may be telling you, hold on to that dream a little closer to the chest.
I think when we all do that, we all have that moment of like, where we could offer life and hope with our words, but we choose instead to react out of our flesh, out of that mirror reflex, and say like, maybe you shouldn't do that. Oh, well, have you considered this? Oh, I don't know. When really it's like, all right, listen, I don't know what that dream is for you. I don't know how big that is, but I'm behind you, and I go for it. Because I would want someone to say that to me. If I brought them this larger than life dream that I believe was from the Lord.
Yeah. And the other part of that is, if you're a follower of Jesus and you are wanting to encourage people in the Lord, then you don't have to worry about how big their dream is. You have to worry about how big their God is. Ooh. And so that's for you as well. Don't worry about how big your dream is. Right. You need to be focused on how big your God is, because
big God.
Because if the God you serve, I don't know, the God I serve is a big God. I don't know the one you serve, but the dreams that he gives us are things to keep us motivated, keep us moving forward, to keep us relying on him. And so if you understand how to accomplish your dream, then it's too small. Like, it's not much of a dream. Then it's just like an idea. Like, oh yeah, I can do that.
It's a plan.
Yeah.
It's a strategy.
Yeah, I could just do this thing. That's not a dream. That's just a thing you can do. Yeah. A dream is something that you have no idea how it's going to happen. And you have to have a hope, and you have to have something greater than what's within you in order to accomplish.
Yeah. I think the times where I am coming up with a strategy as opposed to allowing the dream to flourish is when I say, all I have to do is just.
Yeah.
Because it's all I have to do, so it's based on my works. Is just I'm oversimplifying something. But whenever I have that as the starter of whatever I'm bringing forth, is like, all I have to do is just, generally it's not a dream. Generally that's a strategy. But when it's something that's like, listen, go with me, okay? Go with me here, and then we start painting this picture. And most visions are like that. You've met visionaries. You've met people who like, listen, I don't know, but like, I have this vision, and they tell you this whole story, and there's emotion involved in it. And there's like, that's visioning, that's dreaming, dream casting, where you're like, I don't know, but like, there's color, and there's music, and there's this building, and then there's this thing, and there's this land. And then before you know it, you're like in the dream with them. And I think those are the beautiful moments that we get to behold. But whenever I'm like, all I have to do is just, I've lost the ability to dream, and I'm just planning and plotting and strategizing on my own to get my own outcome.
Yeah. And one just kind of like a final discernment thought about dreaming, because I want to encourage you to dream. Like, you need to be dreaming. However, I do fully believe that the Lord doesn't simply give us dreams. Dreams doesn't.
He doesn't give us dreams.
He doesn't give us dreams. He doesn't give us dreams for just stuff. Like
Come on.
sometimes we confuse our own desires for wealth and riches for
Mm-hmm.
the dreams of the Lord. And that's not to say that having things is an issue. That's not to say that the things are the problem, right? Scripture says it's the love of money that is the root of all sorts of evil, right? All types of evil. It's what is your heart's desire in pursuing those things?
Yeah.
Are you thinking that I've got this dream, I want to be a millionaire? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's cool. There's nothing wrong with being a millionaire, but what is the heart behind that? Just so you can floss on people, so you can show people that you've got a lot of money, so you can prove something to people that don't know you, who you don't actually like. I don't know if that's a dream from the Lord. I feel like that's not a big enough motivation for you to pursue. I think the dreams from the Lord that are sustainable are dreams for impact, dreams for transformation, dreams for changing lineages, dreams for changing area codes. All of these dreams that God gives us are not just simply for us. Now, I mean, they're for us. God gives them to us,
Yeah.
but they're not always about just us.
Yeah.
They're about others.
I think about like Jacob's ladder, the image of Jacob's ladder in scripture, where Jacob, if you don't know it, look it up. It's in Genesis. But
it's also that thing you do with the string and you make like
yes,
Jacob's ladder.
it's the toy. That's what I'm talking about. I think about this toy. No, or this logic puzzle. But no, Jacob's ladder is a really cool story of, Jacob goes and he's like laying down and he has this dream, and there's like, it's the staircase where there's angels ascending and descending, and God unfolds to him again the Abrahamic covenant. Which Abraham was his grandfather.
Granddaddy.
His granddad Abraham. And
that's his granddad.
He tells him, like, he restates it to him. This is Jacob, who was a deceiver, who was trying to go about getting the promise in his own way. Who was a strategizer, but like God tells him, like, hey, I'm gonna bless, like, this land is gonna be yours and your descendants, and I'm going to bless all peoples of the earth. So again, it wasn't just for Jacob, but it was to, in a way, supplant his own plan. The Lord supplanted the supplanter.
Come on.
And said, actually, I'm gonna bless you and all of your descendants, all peoples of the earth. And so the dreams we have aren't meant just for us. Just to restate what you said, like, the Lord gave us that image, and then he fulfilled the image of Jacob's ladder in Christ himself, being the one who did and does bless all peoples of the earth.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Please share this with somebody. Let somebody know about us, and we love you guys. Be blessed.
Keep dreaming. Be blessed.